Have you ever had a dream so real it felt like a memory? What if I told you there are dreams that don't come from your imagination, but from something else? Something watching you while you sleep. Tonight's story is about a boy who kept having the same dream over and over. A dream about a house he'd never been to, a voice he'd never heard, and a door he was never supposed to open. By the end, you'll know what happens when a dream isn't just a dream, but a warning. Eli was 16, and for the past 2 weeks he had the same dream every night. In it, he stood in front of an old wooden house surrounded by fog. It was always silent. The trees didn't move, no wind, no sound. Just the soft creak of the porch and a single flickering light upstairs. He'd walk up the steps, reach for the doorknob, and right as he touched it, he'd wake up, heart pounding, drenched in sweat. He never saw what was inside the house. And no matter how hard he tried to stay asleep, something always pulled him out before the door opened. But on the 14th night, the dream changed. This time the door was already open. Inside it was dark, cold, and smelled like wet wood. The floor creaked beneath his feet as he stepped in. At the end of the hallway, a light flickered, and a voice, soft, broken, whispered, "You came back. Why did you leave me here?" Eli froze. He didn't recognize the voice, but it echoed like a memory he should have had. He turned to leave, but the door slammed shut behind him. He was awake now, but not in his room. His sheets were gone. His posters were gone. He was in the same house, but it wasn't a dream anymore. He looked down at his hands. They were scratched. His nails were broken, like he had been digging. On the wall, written in red, maybe paint, maybe not, were the words, "Dig where it ends." He followed the hallway to a trapdoor under the flickering light. He opened it. A narrow staircase led down into complete darkness, and then he heard crying. A child's voice, muffled, begging. As he descended, the air grew thick, damp, and then, buried under loose dirt, he saw it, a small wooden box. Inside was a photo of himself, but younger, maybe 6 years old, standing next to another boy, face scratched out violently. On the back of the photo, "You promised you wouldn't forget me." Suddenly, a cold hand grabbed his wrist. He turned. No one was there, but he couldn't move. The dirt began to shift. Something underneath was waking up. A face emerged, half decayed, eyes pale, but it smiled. "Now you remember," it whispered, and everything came rushing back. When Eli was a child, he had an imaginary friend named Thomas. They played near an old abandoned well near his grandma's house. One day, Thomas disappeared. Everyone said he made him up, but he didn't. Thomas was real, and Eli had left him to die. The house, the dream, the voice, all of it was Thomas pulling him back, not for revenge, for company. Eli's parents found his bed empty the next morning. The window was open. No footprints, no note. But the dream never stopped. Now it was theirs. Each night one of them stands at the foot of that old wooden house, hearing the same voice whisper, "You came back."